My name is Katie Pine. Today I'll be presenting a paper briefly called Making Sense of Risk Information Amidst Uncertainty, Individuals' Perceived Risks Associated with the COVID-19 Pandemic. This paper we have co-first authors, myself and Myeong, and some additional co-authors, Samantha A. Whitman, Yunan Chen, and Kathryn Henne. So, risk perception is a key topic for crisis informatics and human-computer interaction research. Risk perception are the interpretations, judgments, and opinions that people hold about risks. So, for example, how people conceive of the likelihood and severity of being harmed by a particular hazard. Risk perception involves acquiring information about existing risks and people's understanding of risk information that they gather. So, crisis informatics research has examined how authorities and laypeople draw on information technology, particularly social media, to aid in seeking and communicating risk information during crises, and risk perception related to health crises in particular. Examining the formation of risk perception is critical in crisis informatics because much of people's information seeking and sense-making occurs through and is shaped by IT. Further, people's behavior and information sources are an important factor that system designers need to take into account in the design process. So we add to this rich literature by describing and demonstrating how people dynamically configure multiple information channels beyond the internet and adapt their behaviors accordingly during the COVID-19. So we had 3 main research questions, which are listed here. I won't go over all of them in depth, but you can access them in the paper. Just a very brief overview of our methods. We conducted semi-structured interviews with 40 participants living across the United States, and the sample represented a wide range of ages, ethnicity, socioeconomic backgrounds, and regions in the United States. The most frequent state of residence was Arizona, although we did have participants from all regions of the United States. So we found that people are drawing on multiple information sources about COVID-19 risks, and we grouped these information sources into 3 channels: technological infrastructure, social media, mass media, and websites; people, which we consider small world networks and what we came to call human filters; and spaces, homes, workplaces, streets, and things like that. So our participants reported that they were having a number of challenges in actually getting information. So they found that information was often uncertain, contradictory, overly complex, changing, or untruthful and inaccurate. So interestingly, when we asked people about whether they perceived risks associated with COVID-19 and what types of risks they are perceiving, we initially had expected, as the media is painting this narrative, that COVID-19 illness and economic risks are the 2 risks that are really in tension, and these are the risks associated with the pandemic. We found, though, that people had a variety of risks that they perceived associated with COVID-19, and that these fell into 5 main categories: COVID-19 illness, secondary illness, socio-behavioral risks, economic risks, and crumbling institution. So one of the things that our we were trying to accomplish in our analysis was to try and understand the links between information sources and risk perception. So we found that people are perceiving multiple interconnected risks, yet they can't get the information that they need about risks or how to manage them. Further, since participants do not trust much of the information available to them, many don't know how to interpret regulatory measures such as stay-at-home orders, or the end of such measures. Can they trust that it's actually safe to go out if a stay-at-home order ends? Further, we found that seeking information about COVID-19 risks takes a real emotional toll, and many reported having to step back. A couple of quick takeaways. It's important to examine risk information from the perspective of landscapes rather than focus on singular information sources. We need to attend to the entire landscape of information. Further, both risks and risk targets are diversified under COVID-19. Risk targets are self, family, and people in general, and risk information and communication channels should be designed to communicate and support management of a multitude of risks and risk targets. Finally, close social contacts are very important in people's everyday risk assessments and understandings of how to minimize risks. So one question we want to pose to designers and researchers for crisis informatics and future crises, how could these human filters be better supported and utilized? I leave you with some contact information for myself and my co-first author. We welcome your questions. Thank you for your time and attention, and we hope that this entices you to read the paper. Thanks.